Good evening, everyone. It is now 7 p.m. and I will call the Tuesday, May 16th, 2023 Board of Selectmen meeting to order. All three selectmen are present. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so the first item on our agenda tonight is we are honoring a local hero for his efforts in saving his father's life most recently. On January 28th, 2023, the Quinnebog Fire Department was dispatched to 295 Limehouse Road for a traumatic injury to a wrist involving a chainsaw. Upon my arrival, and this was written by Chief Steve Budrow from Quinnebog Fire Department. Upon my arrival, I observed the victim sitting in the driveway with an obvious injury. His son Jacques was holding pressure on the wound with a wrapped towel. I asked him to show me the wound as I needed to advise the incoming ambulance and dispatch center on the severity of his condition. As he released pressure, the wound continued to bleed profusely. Upon arrival at the emergency ambulance, a tourniquet was immediately applied and the victim was quickly transported to a trauma center in Worcester, Mass. It is, in my opinion, the immediate, quick and calm action performed by Jacques saved his father's life. Although Jacques' mother and sister were present during the ordeal, I believe his quiet confidence helped them as well as his dad. So Jacques, we have several people here to honor you today. I invited Chief Budrow. He is here. To represent Quinnebog Fire Department. We have EMTs Matthew Bernier and Zach Schubert. They were the ones that responded to the call, so they're here also to recognize you today. The Board of Selectmen. Did you this? Of course. Come on up, Doc. Really, it's amazing. The Thompson Board of Selectmen hereby recognizes Jacques LeBlanc for his heroic efforts, taking immediate, quick, and calm action in holding pressure on a traumatic chainsaw wound, therefore saving the life of Philip LeBlanc. Thank you. Now we also have Senator Gordon. Senator, would you like to say a few words?
We have an official state citation for you. Now I will read it. State of Connecticut General Assembly official citation introduced by myself, Senator Jeff Gordon of the 35th District, and Representative Rick Hayes of the 51st District. And Representative Hayes can't be here tonight because the House is in session. The Senate got out early, but he does send his congratulations. I spoke with him today. Be it hereby known to all that the Connecticut General Assembly offers its sincerest congratulations to Jacques LeBlanc in recognition of displaying quick, heroic, and brave actions while in the face of grave danger of a loved one. The quick, calm, and confident action performed saved his father's life. We would like to thank him for his service to his family and state. The entire membership extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and expresses the hope for continued success. This is dated March 3rd, 2023, and it's signed by the President of the Senate, Martin Looney, the Speaker of the House, Matt Ritter, and Secretary of State, Stephanie Thomas. And this is the official state citation. Congratulations.
There's more. This is from the Lieutenant Governor's Office. She states, State of Connecticut by Her Excellency Susan Weissowitz, Lieutenant Governor, official statement. I take great pleasure in offering my sincerest appreciation to Jacques LeBlanc in recognition of your incredible bravery for providing critical care to your father during a time of emergency and saving his life. Your ability to stay calm under pressure and rush to his aid makes you an honorable role model for all. Thank you for your service to your community and the state of Connecticut. Signed, Susan Weissowitz. And one last presentation, and then we'll allow anybody to speak and yourself to speak if you mind, ladies.
This is a Citizen of the Year award that we give to an individual who volunteers their time or in any way distinguishes themselves in the service of others. And in light of hearing of what had happened, we are very proud to pass this one to you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Chief Pedro, Matt and Zach.
I just like it, yeah.
Thank you for coming today.
Thank you. Thank you.
No speech.
Do I have to do the speech?
No. The town was gonna give you the key to the town, but nobody locks their doors.
It's not often that we have positive, fun events like this here at the Board of Selectmen meetings. And lately they've been a little heated. So it's nice to have you come in and for us to be able to recognize you. So thank you for your service and doing what you did for your dad.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, I certainly appreciate the recognition, but honestly, the recognition belongs with you guys. It was an unfortunate accident that I happened to be there. There are far less fortunate people that need help on a daily basis. So they're the people who need to be recognized.
Very humble.
Thank you again. Thanks for being here. All right. If there are no other words that want to be spoken, do you want to do a picture?
Shouldn't we do a picture?
Like, so is everybody?
Okay, yeah,
sure.
can we get a picture
with all of us.
with Dr. Gordon, with Benedict?
The EMT.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
VFW.
Flag behind us.
Oh, that one.
That's
You'd be a little-
Yeah, I.
Yeah.
You guys are covering the way. Okay, how's that? Perfect. All right, thank you again. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for your service.
Thank you so much.
Zach, thank you for your service to the council.
Thanks for doing this.
And thank you, Senator. Thanks to you. Oh. Oh, I know.
Nice seeing you. Thank you for coming, Senator Gordon.
Anytime.
Thank you. We'll have you back. Bye. Thank you for coming, ladies.
Thank you. Look at all the chairs left.
We have anybody else?
Yeah. All right,
That was
so
nice.
moving on. Yes, that was very nice and really quite an act of bravery to maintain that composure.
Staying calm is what did it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, so moving on to the business at hand for this evening. I'll make a motion that we approve the Board of Selectmen meeting minutes from May 2nd, 2023.
Second it.
Any discussion on these minutes?
No, I read through them. I thought they looked good.
The only thing I noted to make note of is that on the Owen Adam Road property, Ms. Patricia Rudzinski also addressed the Board of Selectmen as well as her niece Brenda. And then on the second page under executive session, it's just a small typo. It said seconded by L. Beausoleil instead of K. So minor adjustments, but I thought it was particular that at least we should recognize that Patricia Rudzinski also spoke. And those are the two things that I thought. Is there any other comments? You were both good with them? Okay, all in favor of approving the Board of Selectmen meeting minutes from May 2nd, 2023 with the noted adjustments, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion that we approve the Board of Selectmen special meeting minutes from Monday, May 8th, 2023.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Any discussion on these minutes? I have nothing.
Nope.
Okay. All in favor of approving the minutes from the special selectmen meeting on Monday, May 8th, 2023, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Correspondence, upcoming Chamber of Commerce business after hours, Wednesday, May 24th, 2023, from 5 to 7 p.m. Quiet Corner Inn in Brooklyn. Any other correspondence to bring before the board tonight?
Nothing.
Okay,
I
don't
don't-
have anything.
nothing.
either. Okay. Selectmen comments.
Just the referendum that we had last night and the results are going back to the Board of Finance for fine tuning and hopefully there are adjustments that they make are not heavily impacting, a variety of our, the school and the town, the fire department, et cetera, that, go back out for referendum and hopefully it'll pass then.
Right,
But they did speak and we have to honor their wishes.
absolutely.
I was very disappointed with the results last night. I was very hopeful. I think a resident trooper is a very beneficial add-on to our town and very much needed. But I also have some deep concerns about where the cuts are going to be made. This board worked together. We worked very hard to put forth a budget that we know is based on need of what the town needs and not wants. And I get it. The town came out and voted. But I did have a couple of suggestions that may be non-traditional for this board. But maybe it would be beneficial for us to discuss. And maybe there's some suggestions that we could come up with. And possibly even have a special meeting tomorrow night to go through our budget again, to see if there's any way that we could come up with a few other reductions to put forward. I don't know if that's anything that, I know we worked really hard and really well on this budget and we know what's in it. More so than most
Right.
after listening to all the presentations. Is that anything?
I like the idea. I do have like back-to-back meetings tomorrow night. It would have to be late. I have a 5:30. I'm sorry, yeah, 5:30, and then I have one more. Well, I think it's just EDC. I could probably skip EDC. But EDC tomorrow? I think so. 6:30. I have to look on my calendar.
It's either the second or third Wednesday, I don't remember.
Right.
This will be the third Wednesday, so.
No,
Oh, but we wouldn't have time to.
I was
call the
just gonna
meeting.
say, would we have
Right.
time to
No,
put
you
it out
wouldn't.
there? We
Oh.
would not. I have just a couple of suggestions that maybe it would not impact this budget as much because of the time restraints we're gonna be under, but we are gonna have to somehow cut back. And moving forward, maybe we should look at going out to bid on a few areas, cutting back in a few areas,
Mhm.
going out to bid maybe on the EMS, the town attorney, even having the insurance requoted.
Mhm.
Just because we have to start to figure out how we're gonna absorb whatever cuts are made.
Right.
And we know it's gonna be painful. And cutting back on usage, like when somebody asks if they can get it, something in writing from the town attorney. Maybe we have to say, no, we can't. That's time that costs money.
Right.
Things like that, paper cutbacks on paper, things that are small but add up.
I thought about paper today.
Yes.
This is a very paper-driven town hall.
I agree.
Between which we're going to be moving, right, Bill? Away from paper purchase orders, hopefully soon. With the Munis system, long overdue. But needed a finance director that could help execute it.
Right, and I understand that, and I know that kind of takes a little bit of time getting in, but a lot of companies don't use the paper that we do
Right.
to make their transactions.
Yeah.
So I also thought maybe we need to revisit the transfer station fees.
That was.
That was something that was brought to my attention last night, that people are coming in from other states to use the transfer station. I don't know how they do that, because I know that we do a good job.
Well,
with-
we discussed how there are certain people with plates, and Lynn had shared with us at one of our
Yes.
meetings that it was only like roughly not even 2%, I think. I can't quite remember the number. I'd have to look through my notes. But it was a very insignificant number of people because that didn't have a legitimate excuse that she knew of. Lynn really remembers
And
and
she's
knows.
very good.
She's very
Yes.
good about.
But I think
transfer
we need to
station.
maybe come back and revisit that
Yep.
because unfortunately, that's gonna impact, and we might want to have to look at the reducing some hours at the transfer station,
Mhm.
as painful as that is, and maybe even the library.
Right.
We're gonna have to look at other ways to cut back. I think that from the three of us understanding how this budget works and what's in this budget, I think that people in the town that were advocating to vote no are not as familiar with the budget. They haven't been part of this process, and they maybe are not as experienced in the town with the budgets that we are.
Right,
Do not understand what we're facing this year.
right.
It's not just the town, the municipal side, it's the school. I have visited a lot of different meetings out of this town at different board meetings, and the main thing I'm hearing is about the behaviors in education and that they're seeing things they've never seen before. So it's a very sad day for me as far as Thompson's, the budget not passing and the future of Thompson.
Mhm.
But this is something that if we can address it in any way, shape or form, as painful as it is to the townspeople, it is what it is.
Right. Thank you, Suzanne. You've put a lot of thought in that, and really thanks for sharing that. And I hope that you share that with the Board of Finance even.
Unfortunately, I cannot be at Thursday night's
Oh,
meeting.
Okay.
I have another
Well, write
commitment.
something up and I'm happy to read it. for you.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. I do have one question. Are we having a Memorial Day parade?
Yes, I
Are
was
we
just,
still-
I was just
okay.
talking to the American Legion, the auxiliary ladies. And yes, but I have to reach out to Melinda because I haven't had a discussion, but yes, there is a Memorial Day parade coming up.
But is there still funding available from last year for that?
Oh, yeah,
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe we have to look at that even moving
right. Well,
forward.
we usually give a stipend to the for
We usually do.
Memorial Day,
Was it 500
Veterans Day.
or did we up it? I can't.
We upped it
We
for
did
this
up it.
coming year.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
This
saying
coming
is
year.
for the next year,
But
we
they
might have to look
Normally
at
they've
that.
been given 500,
Right,
Yes,
to do that.
right.
so, yeah, okay, so good. You're gonna talk about the parade then?
I was just gonna say the parade is a go. I'm just, again,
Date and
it's
time?
been pretty quiet. I think we've been all so wrapped up in the referendum and the budget passing that it's just, but I'm certain that the school is gonna be involved. Melinda's always, it's near and dear to her heart. She really loves having the kids there for them, and she shows up for the Memorial Day parade,
Yes.
which is amazing. So, yeah,
The
Yep.
float and the band really helps make the
it
parade
does, it does. And the fire departments and
as well.
as somber of an occasion that it is, as we remember the fallen, it's really a time to appreciate America and the rights that we have in being
And the
able to
freedoms that we
vote.
have, absolutely.
Yeah. So. Ken, did you have anything else? I thought you wanted.
No,
Just that.
Whatever budget we're presented, when it does eventually get, passed,
Mhm.
whatever cuts they make, we'll have to make adjustments, as Suzanne is saying,
Yeah, right.
as it goes and, depending on where they hit it, we may have to cut back on certain things or,
Mhm.
save money here and move it, if we get over budget on one line,
Right,
just like we do at the end of the year, so.
Which
I mean,
maybe
everything in
next
our
year
bu-
may be tighter than
Yeah,
usual.
I mean,
so,
everything in our budget is needs, not wants,
Yeah,
so.
right. I will say on the public works side, the budget, we really attempted to, at least. When Joe and I were working on it, we attempted to load it in a way that we could actually get some solid work done. Especially the tree work. And just keeping the equipment running and making sure that those line items were heavy. And that might be someplace we have to cut back, which means the dead trees aren't.
and the
They'll
dead
just come
dead
down on their
trees
own.
are very obvious.
Oh, it's
And
so
people
obvious.
actually I was talking with someone yesterday about them and I was surprised. because as things are starting to turn green and the dead trees are not, it's very obvious, and it seems like it's the big ones.
Yeah, yeah, so, but Joe's still been, working with what he's got for this year and, making it happen, because there's been pretty serious trees that had to come down, so.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But we'll get through. So we always do. The only other thing I wanted to make note of is, currently with the Board of Financing, hoping to revise their budget, on Thursday. We're potentially gonna have to meet after their meeting on Thursday. Do we have time? Yeah, after their meeting on Thursday to do the legal notice, or we'll have to do it first thing Friday morning before 9 a.m. in order to meet the May 30th town meeting proposal and the June 13th referendum proposal, which have both been okayed by the registrar of voters and the town clerk's office.
So when would the referendum be if they are able to finish on Thursday night?
June 13th,
June 13th, 6/13. Okay, and the town meeting?
May 30th. And then the last thing, totally last thing, pickleball. The court is gonna be ready by May 23rd. It looks really cool, so I'm excited about. I've never played pickleball, but I hear it's like the hot sport to
Do you
play,
use pickles?
especially for older people.
I've never played pickleball.
It's the smaller version of tennis
Tennis.
with a paddle. It's all the rage. It's all the rage.
I've
Yeah.
heard it's all the rage. I saw the pictures on Winnie and it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And a lot of enthusiasm as well, so.
They separated.
That's the
Yes.
same thing with cornhole, tossing
Yeah.
bean bags. It's,
That I can do.
I don't do it very well.
No, I wouldn't say I would do it very well.
All right, any other selectmen comments at this time?
So as far as having a meeting, that would be this Thursday night.
Potentially, yeah, late.
I will be right at St. Joe's. I could come immediately afterwards.
Okay.
If you're on Zoom, we could maybe. set
well,
it up
Thursday,
through
I
Zoom.
still can come down. It's not a problem.
That wouldn't be a problem,
Friday, I'll have to call in because I'll be at work.
but yeah, same here, but
And it'll just be
It'll just be the-
approving the legal notice to
Yeah,
move to town.
That's just plugging in the numbers and the dates.
Right,
so the time would have to be almost,
the Board of Finance finishes.
yeah, after the Board of Finance meeting. So I don't know if you'd want to set it for a 10 o'clock time or a
I know
I know
9:30.
they're starting at 6.
I'm starting at
Yes.
6.
Yes.
So we were just gonna leave it
If you
open
can-
to
if-
following the Board of
If you
Finance.
can do
meeting.
that, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, if you can do that, then yes, and then I'll just, if you can just notify me, I'll leave bingo and come.
Okay. Does that work for you, Ken?
Yeah, we'll make
You'll
it
be at
work.
the meeting.
I've been-
We'll make it work.
I've been verifying at bingo for like close to 15 years, so.
You can't
Once
miss
a month,
that.
once a month, I can't, can't miss my commitment, so
All right, if there's no more further selectmen comments,
nothing for me.
we will move on to citizen comments, agenda 7. I'm gonna start in the room here. Any citizen comments? All right, to the virtual audience, citizen comments. Feel free to unmute, state your name and address. Going once? Going twice?
Can't see who's one of these.
All right.
Looking for a little paper.
Oh,
Is
yes.
this comments or what you just been talking about?
No, it can be any citizen
Anything you want to
comment.
speak about?
Anything you want to speak on.
Oh, well, I was wondering, you asked me to be here about that sign.
Yeah, you're on the agenda.
We'll
You're
get-
coming up.
Okay, I didn't see the agenda. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think you are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
on.
It's
Coming up.
Okay, no problem. I didn't see the agenda.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I should have made copies. All right. There's no citizen comments. We will move on to agenda item 8, which is a moot point. That was just in case the Board of Finance made changes last night. And that would have been the tax warrant and rate bill. Oh, that was if they had passed, if the
Right,
budget had
right.
passed, sorry. And same thing with agenda item 9, legal notice of town meeting and referendum. We don't need that. Agenda item 10, request from the VFW to distribute copies. This is from Elmer Preston, Post Commander, Thompson Memorial VFW Post 10088 would like permission to distribute poppies on May 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th at the transfer station and other establishments around the town of Thompson.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, Ken has the
And
vote.
I will second the motion.
Suzanne has the second. Any discussion on this request? Okay, hearing none, all in favor of approving the request from VFW Post 10088, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Right, that motion passes. Agenda item 11, request from Aquatic Lake Association to post a sign on Baker Road Bridge. Hello, my name is Peter Bonin of 34 Totem Pole Road, Thompson. I'm the current president of the Aquatic Lake Association. QLA is requesting signs to be placed at the Baker Road Bridge at Stump Pond, asking boaters with gas-powered engines not to use their motors while in Stump Pond. QLA would bear the cost of the sign if okayed by the board. The reason behind the sign is that props disturb and break up several invasive weed species, sending fragments and seeds to the middle and lower basins of the lake. This results in more weed growth. The control of this weed growth is vital, which requires thousands of dollars annually for treatment. If not controlled or treated, Aquatic Lake would become unusable. As stated previously, QLA would bear the cost of the sign and do the installation. And just to let you both know, I did run this by Joe to get at Public Works to get his thoughts, and he thought it was perfectly fine to attach the signs. So Mr. Bonin, I just asked him to come here if you had any questions for him
Or
about
if
the
you,
request.
or if he's got any additional comments that you want to make.
No, she just read what I wrote to her,
Yeah.
so.
I'm very surprised at Stump Pond, they can even get a motor in there that works with everything.
Depends on the season, what time of year
Yeah, but
before but I
it
was at a
comes
meeting,
very overgrown very quickly.
yeah, I was at a meeting last fall, I think, where Aquatic Lake Association meeting where the weeds were brought up, and it was very interesting. And Jim Needlekowski, I think, talked quite a bit about a new invasive weed that is somehow come to Aquatic. I don't know, does that come in on like another boat or something? I forget how he said that.
No, the Esca water chestnut, that's in the lower basin, and they can get there by different animals, geese, birds and stuff like that, but that's a real problem we have there.
Yes,
But we're working on that.
and he was saying that by chopping up the weed,
Goes down with the
it
current.
just, yes, it just magnifies, it makes it much worse. So, I mean, I think it's a good idea. I'm happy to make the motion that we approve the sign. I see the sign on and it's not a law, it's not it's a suggestion. So I think it's a good idea. Yeah, sign on the bridge. I will make the motion that we approve signs on the bridge for the purpose of suggesting that no motorboats or restraining from using motorboats in, what are we calling it? Stump Pond, lower Stump Pond.
Baker Road Bridge,
Yeah,
Baker
on Baker
Yeah,
Road
just on
Bridge.
Baker Road
Right,
Bridge.
right.
and I'll second that.
Okay, and we have a motion and a second. I just want to point out for anybody that's listening in, it's really just a request. It's not a rule or a law. The Aquatic Lake, this is what the signs say, the Aquatic Lake Association requests boaters not use gas-powered engines and stuff on. It's a request. It's not a law, it's not an ordinance. It's just a courtesy request, and hopefully people will adhere to it to spare the extra costs that it takes to keep Aquatic Lake clear. It then moves on. There's two other signs that just discuss why they're asking, which is basically the same statement that you gave to me. It says engine props disturb and break up several invasive weed species, sending fragments and seeds. So basically the same thing you wrote in your email to me, just to inform the public. It's an informational tool, and hopefully,
Educational.
right,
Because anyone can drop in there from no matter
Right.
where they come from. And we,
Exactly.
Yeah,
there
the
are,
fishing's
there are-
actually good in there.
yes, and a lot of boaters. I go through there almost every day, and you'll see a lot of people with cars from all over the place dropping in. So maybe it will help to prevent some of the, it can't hurt.
You can't.
And it does say from Aquatic Lake Association. So,
The whole thing, if 10 people refrain from using it, it's that much less that's chopped up, it's that much less chemicals that we gotta treat the lake with, which keeps the health of the lake better,
gentlemen,
Yes.
yeah.
and that's what you want.
What about electric motors?
That is, you're
That's
still
not a
chopping
problem.
up the,
You're still chopping up.
Yeah.
No motors. It's kind of legit, the motors, bringing far back up in there, and without the gas motors, I believe that they'll just stay in that basin there and stump pond instead of going all the way back, and any little bit will help.
Right.
Right.
With them not chopping up the
Yeah.
weeds that send the fragments and the seeds, and all it does is regrow.
Because it's
Just
the Lake
spreads.
Association, without funding from the town or the state, manages the weeds, correct?
Correct.
So it's based on donations from lake residents or anyone else that wants to make. It's not something that the town contributes to,
And fundraising.
and fundraising, right?
yeah, you don't have any grant money left.
Yes, we did.
You-
I applied last year, and we do have a grant for this year.
Okay.
So that's,
Because you do get that, you have gotten that in previous years. And it helps with the cost.
Yeah.
But I think it goes through the town, if I remember. The dispersion, of-
You're talking.
there was one that the town had to
Yeah,
work
but
with.
this one here does.
Okay,
I do want to point out, Ms. Valerie Clark had posted citizens should be allowed to discuss this topic, and I do believe she has property and owns portions of Stump Pond. QLA needs to remember Stump Pond is largely privately owned, and then she did say, I'm not opposed to education. So
Very good.
happy to hear from somebody. Valerie, was there
She
anything
can
else you
speak.
wanted to say? Because you obviously are connected to Stump Pond.
Yeah, I don't know that I have anything else to say. I do think it needs to be very clear that these are reminders. And that I'm not the only property owner on Stump Pond,
Right.
but I am a large property owner of Stump Pond. And the reminder is that Stump Pond was created in the flood. And those of us who own property in Stump Pond have pins out there because it used to be fields.
Interesting.
pins?
property pins.
Oh, property pins. Oh, okay.
Surveillance stakes.
Yep.
Very interesting.
And it's
That is
only
interesting.
because of the flood, and we discussed this when we were discussing the ordinances
Right.
about Aquatic Lake, is that they can't extend to Stump Pond because it's private property. Thank you.
Correct. Thank you. Right, any other discussion on this request? Okay, all in favor of approving the request to put informational signs requesting no motors, no gas powered motors in Stump Pond on Baker Road Bridge. Say aye.
Aye.
Did you get all that, Dottie? And I say aye. All right, agenda item 12, new hires for transfer station DPW maintainer. We had interviews. We interviewed 4 individuals. Kevin White stood out, came with glowing recommendations from John Navarro at the Woodstock Town Garage. And he's he describes himself as energetic, and he really is. Just a real good positive attitude. So I think he'll make a great addition to the transfer station, and he's happy to be put in that position. He does have his Class B CDL, which was a requirement. So. And then the other 2 hires are the summer temp help. We were having a difficult time again finding anybody that had some qualifications that wanted to work for $19 an hour. And Joe ended up interviewing Isaac Sainange and John Steglitz, and was happy with his interview with them, and offered them the position.
So do you want just one motion?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't,
You don't? Okay.
no. Why don't we deal with the DPW, because that was the first one we discussed. I'll make a motion that we hire Kevin White. I did read his resume and skills and what he can bring. I think it'll be a very good addition.
Okay, I'll second that.
Okay, motion and a second. All in favor of approving or endorsing the new hire, Kevin White, who's slated to start next week, say aye.
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 And did you want to do the other endorsements separately or?
You guys can make your motions
Okay.
and then we can have our discussion.
Okay,
Okay.
because we can do them separate if it's,
That's fine, however you want to do it.
okay, so I'll make a motion that we hire a DPW summer help, John Steglitz and Isaac St. Ange.
I'll second that motion. Discussion.
Okay. I don't know either the kids. You know, I mean, I know Bill, I don't know, and I don't know your son by any means.
Mhm.
So for me, these are both employees and part of the political here. So it reeks of, and it may not, this is just my thinking and how I feel about it, of nepotism, because we're hiring people that are associated with, people that control the town.
Mhm.
Okay. I have never done it in as long as I've been on the board. My son wanted to apply for the highway garage. This is, it ain't happening. Don't even bother.
My son has wanted to apply and be a part of the highway garage for a long time as well. And I told him, no, this was a temporary position. He has a Class A CDL with glowing reviews from his job when he was being trained. He drove tractor trailer truck into Brooklyn, New York. All over this eastern part of the United States. Truck driving wasn't for him. He's trying to figure out what he wants to do. What Joe needed specifically was somebody that had a med card and could actually drive the trucks. You're not going to get that from a teenager or somebody without a CDL. So when Joe was struggling to find people that had CDLs or even just a med card, he was not able to find anybody that would work for $19 an hour.
So I kind of thought, I kind of batted that around in my head too, because perception is, well, but did he interview other people? Were there other candidates?
Yes.
There were other people
were
that
several
applied,
other
but did they meet the qualifications of the skills that are required?
They met the qualifications, but they didn't want the pay.
But they didn't want the
They
pay, they
didn't
wanted a
accept
higher
the
pay.
position.
Okay, so that's one thing, but the other thing that this is part-time temporary help that ends,
Exactly.
it's only throughout the summer. That was the other thing that I considered. It's not a permanent position. It's only throughout the summer. I don't know your son at all. I know Isaac.
Mhm. Just to point out, John Steglitz did receive the town scholarship last year. He's just
Great.
an amazing individual, a hard worker. He had worked for the Henigs at Thompson Speedway, did the same type of lawn care maintenance. So it was really, as much as it seems like it's nepotism, it was the perfect situation of meeting the needs of that department and had really nothing to do with that. Like I said, he's wanted to apply every single time it's opened up, and I have told my son no. I said, you know what, get your foot in the door, see how it works, see if you work out, if you prove yourself, maybe when I'm not in this seat, you can apply. So,
Is this the positions we couldn't find anyone for
Correct.
last summer?
yes,
That was the other thing that I took
And the
into
year before.
consideration. Yes.
actually
these-
2021.
Well, during COVID,
and
it was
22.
next to impossible.
Right, 2021 and 22, we were unable to find anybody, and this year, the people that had the somewhat qualifications, because Joe was really looking for somebody maybe retired. Because he really needed that element that they could drive. And
Sometimes younger people don't have the CDL or the. Okay, I don't have a problem approving this.
I understand your concern.
I
I do
just,
too.
I just,
And I
I
understand.
know, I
and
think you're
understand-
right to bring it up.
and
I think it's
understand
good
if you
to,
vote against it.
Mhm.
And I respect you for that. So,
and I completely respect absolutely for bringing up, because I think it's something that if Ken didn't bring up, I would have kind of brought up as well, because
it needs to be answered.
it needs to be addressed, yes.
Right. So. Any other discussion?
Nope.
Okay. All in favor of endorsing the new hire for summer temporary help, say aye. Aye.
no.
All right, moving on to agenda item 13, resignations. I make a motion that we accept the resignation of the following individuals: Brian Howell, Assistant Emergency Management Director, and Justin Young on the Building Committee with regret.
I'll second that with regret.
Okay. Any discussion?
Yeah, Brian's been with us for what, 10 years? 10 years. He's helped out the town immensely with the IT and everything. He's been great. It's a shame that he doesn't have the time to do it because he is an asset. So definitely regrets.
And this was a volunteer position, correct?
Yes,
So he's done it without pay for 10 years.
Mhm.
That's admirable, and we definitely thank him.
and I thank Justin for what he has done.
Yeah.
But his commitments
It was both.
are changing it, so.
Yeah, both like a work-family balance issue and just needing to pick and choose, and I guess picking family.
Yeah,
Come
yeah, you
before
kind of have
committees.
to, yeah, and he's
Yeah.
got young kids too.
So,
All right, so all in favor of approving these resignations with regret, say aye.
I,
Aye. On other business, can I make a motion that we add, wait, maybe you guys didn't get this.
what are we talking about?
oh, I think we did.
Did you get Gloria Harvey's?
Oh, maybe not.
I should have made copies for you. Do you want to wait and add it? The rec commission meeting, they're short on rec commission members.
Oh, this is for the rec commission, okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make the motion and then we can discuss it. I make a
Okay, good.
motion that we add to other business, the application from Gloria Harvey to serve on the Recreation Commission.
Okay, I'll second it.
Okay, now it's discussion. Take your time and look through it. We all know Gloria. She sits, she's the recording secretary for several of our commissions. She's a town resident, of course.
Just having people with an interest that will volunteer
Okay.
to serve on the different boards and commissions.
And the Recreation Commission recently, I think, lost 2 people.
I
Or
think
one.
And I believe, didn't we reduce the amount of
number.
people there? I can't remember. We have reduced a couple of them.
Right, right. And she has great handwriting.
I was gonna comment on that and I thought, well, maybe that's not. No,
Leave it to me.
I was thinking her cursive is beautiful.
It is.
Not everybody uses cursive anymore. That's nice. Yeah.
Obviously, she's involved. She wants to be involved.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
I do
Me
too.
too.
All right, so all in favor of, oh wait, that was just adding it to the agenda.
Right.
I make a motion that we approve the application for Gloria Harvey to serve on the Recreation Commission.
Second.
And
Is it a
is she-
selectman appointed?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Isn't there a term or?
You know what, I didn't get that from Marie.
It is selectman appointed, but there would be a term.
Right,
Okay, so she's finishing out someone else's term.
most likely, no,
I don't remember that one in particular.
right.
So infinity, so she never gets to resign. She has to serve for the rest of her life.
You want me to go take a peek?
You kid
In
if
the
you
book.
like.
Or can we just put,
I don't know. We'll put it on hold. If we have a meeting,
Oh,
when we have the meeting Thursday night, I'll just add. it
Thursday
on
night or
there.
Friday,
And
depending
we'll
on when
have the
we do.
certificate,
okay,
so,
so we have a motion and a second on the floor, so. we
so
have
I
to
take
retract-
back, I
Yeah, and did I
retract
made
my
this-
motion.
Second, right, so I'll take mine.
To be on the safe side, not knowing what may happen Thursday,
Mhm.
because we don't know what time they'll finish or whatever. Maybe schedule a meeting for Thursday and Friday,
Okay,
just to be on the
Oh,
safe
yeah,
side.
yeah,
sure,
good idea.
just in case it's like midnight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know it has to be done before 9, right? 9 AM on Friday.
Yeah, so it'd have to be like 8 AM.
Yeah,
that'll only take a few moments.
Just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
All right. Done with other business. Opening up to citizen comments, a second round of citizen comments, starting with the virtual audience. Please unmute, state your name and address.
Hello, Bill Warner, 243 Lowell Davis Road.
Yes, Mr. Warner.
I'm actually disappointed that you didn't excuse yourself or not vote for your son for a town of position because you was a conflict of interest?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Is it a conflict of interest? You'd have to look at the conflict of interest ordinance for the, yeah.
Any other citizen comments? All right, any citizen? Oh, wait,
Sally White.
yes.
It may also include the young Mr. Steglitz. If you are indeed the boss of Bill Steglitz, I think that would call for a recusal there. If he reports to you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other comments in the virtual audience? Yes.
Bill Steglitz, 101 Spicer Road. For the record, my son couldn't be here tonight regarding his appointment to mow lawns for the town. I just wanted the record to show that John took this position out of a sense of service to the town. He actually had other opportunities that were actually making slightly more money. He knew the story behind Joe and his challenges filling these positions. He had heard how for the last couple of years, they were unable to find anyone to fill these positions. He was also made aware of these positions because the two retired gentlemen who were going to take them declined because the pay wasn't sufficient. So John put his other opportunities aside in order to be of assistance to the town. It's unfortunate that this is how that type of attitude is rewarded. I understand the conflict of nepotism or the potential perception of nepotism. Everything was done in a clearly transparent manner. And both of these young men were not selected over anyone else. As a matter of fact, these positions have gone unfilled for over 3 years. If we would prefer to have these young men step aside and have our highway maintainers mowing Riverside Park and traffic islands at considerably more cost and opportunity cost as to what they could actually be doing, such as paving roads, for example, then I would understand. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other citizen comments? Ms. Valerie Clark.
Valerie Clark, 105 Elm Road. Where were the positions advertised and did we ask for volunteers?
We
And
didn't.
it's not to say that I don't think we should hire summer help, and it's not to say that I don't think either of the candidates are qualified. I wasn't aware that these positions were open.
Okay. We didn't, I don't know that Joe did a formal ad. He just had reached out to several people that had interest, so. What was the other question?
Volunteers.
Oh, but we could never do volunteers. They're operating machinery and equipment. They have to fall under workers' comp. Just in case, everybody has to be paid and they have to be on the books. So in order to fall under the insurance.
If I may, Sally White, 308 East Thompson Road.
Certainly.
Thank you. It is my understanding it's normal protocol to post jobs for a certain amount of time. Obviously, advertising in the shopper's guide and at a minimum, putting them on the website, although I don't know that many people know to look there. But I know a lot of parents and younger people or people temporarily out of work do scan the shopper's guide. It certainly provided jobs for me years ago. And if these positions have not been advertised, then that is quite a breach in confidence in the hiring practice. And this has nothing to do with whether the young men are capable and would do a fine job. And no one has said anything about, none of us know them, and they likely do have the skills, and it has nothing to do with whether or not they're capable. But you have to have consistent methods of hiring and respecting what are seen as overt nepotism. It's just a matter of honor and respect to the townspeople and to any other folks out there. I think it would be a serious mistake to not post them for a reasonable amount of time and advertise in a public newspaper. Thank you.
Any other citizen comments? Yes.
I just have one, it's just a question. James Clark on 13 Lavin Road. Do you guys use Indeed?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I didn't know if there was a stipulation indicating that the town couldn't use services of Indeed.
No, we've been using Indeed. We get more play from Indeed than we do from Shoppers Guide usually. or
Okay,
things
I
like
didn't
that.
know if that was allowed.
So,
You know,
yeah.
I was just curious if that was a possible tool that could be thrown into the mix.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other citizen comments?
Amy, I had meant to ask a question when that I forgot, if I may, and that
Sure.
was, what is the difference between the $19 per hour for the summer help and the entry-level DPW pay for a maintainer?
About $5.
Okay,
Our maintainers are sorely underpaid.
yes, okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, any other citizen comments? All right, moving on to tax refunds. I make a motion that we refund Michael D. Anderson $12.88.
That's it?
That's it.
I was waiting for more.
Second,
Motion in a second. All in favor of approving this tax refund as presented, say aye.
aye.
Aye. Make a motion that we adjourn at 7:52 PM.
Second.
All in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
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 Right, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.